What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Librarians of Solana podcast. Today, I'm going to be doing a box opening. Not a super exciting box, but just some unlimited Tales of Aria. And I figured we could talk about the ban list while I crack this thing open. And we'll just use this for some background visual. The ban list just came out. We have Hypothermia suspended until Icelander leaves, Amulet of Ice suspended until Icelander leaves, and Belittle banned, and Winter's Wail banned. If you'll remember, a while back on the channel, I suggested that Winter's Wail should be banned during Starvo. Obviously, that didn't happen, but I do think that Winter's Wail is a good ban. It helps alleviate some of the disruption from decks like Oldhim that apply a lot of pressure in the game. The irony. It helps alleviate some of that pressure. And it makes sense to me for something like Winter's Wail to get banned, because the damage should be enough on attacks like that. You don't also need the disruption factor. I understand that was like a big part of the Oldhim deck, but attacking from every axis is just a little unfair. So these bans make sense to me in that regard. The next one is Amulet of Ice. I think this takes away some of the redundancy for the Icelander combo. It also indirectly damages the Lexi deck, but that one's a little less meta. More of banned for Icelander, especially since it's suspended until Icelander leaves. So, because of the disruption in the combo, I think Icelander loses a little bit of stability, but not a whole lot. All you do is get fatigued a little easier, and ironically, I think that you could probably fatigue an Icelander with even, like Phi now could possibly fatigue an Icelander just by packing enough Arcane Barrier. Because you have tools like Thaw as well, so they can't fully combo you ever. But the big one from Icelander is Hypothermia, for sure. Because that's going to stop... That's going to give you a little bit weaker point into the aggro matchups where you had a big leg up on the competition before. To counteract that, they got rid of Belittle, which is an engine that allows aggro decks to generate a bunch of mana. Specifically, Phi has been taking advantage of that engine the most. It allows Phi to generate a bunch of value in getting around some of the ice disruption through decks like Icelander. So we're kind of net even on this ban list. I think the goal of this ban list was mainly just to push other heroes into the light that haven't been seeing a lot of love lately. And I think they did a good job of doing that. Because those bans don't really hinder the format. I still think Icelander's playable. I still think Oldhim's playable. And I still think Phi is the best aggro deck. Like, all of these things can be true together. They're not mutually exclusive. But you also have tools like Arctic Incarceration. Or is it Arctic Incarceration? Winter's Bite, maybe? It's one of the two where they get a Frostbite for blue. That's a card that has not been played for a while now in Icelander. And so, like, you just have good replacements like that in the deck. Kind of got distracted there. These foils in this unlimited box are really shiny. These are like the best foils that I've ever seen in Flesh and Blood. I remember Aria having really good foils, but these are primo. So yeah, I think the changes were really healthy. It opens up Briar and Dromai to the format. I do think that nope, that's not the one. I do think that Dromai is probably going to be one of the better decks in the format now, which is neat. Opening up decks that were previously not viable for the end of a format, right before we're about to get a big change in Outsiders anyway, is really cool. You're not affecting the format for too long, so if you don't like the changes, they're gone in a short amount of time anyway. We're getting support for 6 different heroes in Outsiders, and it just opens up the format, makes more things playable. At the end of the day, you want as many playable decks in the format as possible, so that people can enjoy the cards that they have and the archetypes that they like. but you don't want certain things to be over aggressive or take a grasp on the format. And I think that this ban list, I've said it a bunch this video already, but I think this was a good ban list for doing that. It left a bunch of options open. It added decks back to the format that haven't been viable in a while, and it had a good impact. I'm excited to see what it does leading into the Calling in Indy, where we'll be able to firsthand see exactly how much it changes. But we also get to enjoy the rest of the Pro Quest if you were just jamming some Icelander, some Oldham, some Fi. I saw a lot of people complaining that they did not ban Remembrance, which I don't think Remembrance needs to be banned. There's some misconception that's been going around in the Flesh and Blood community lately. People are saying putting cards back in your deck goes directly against the hope of the format, the whole goal of Flesh and Blood. You have this fatigue style strategy that could be played. And I don't know where that came from, because there are so many cards that put cards back in your deck or let you remanipulate those cards. This isn't like a new concept of get cards back. I'm not sure where that idea came from, but that's one that I've seen a lot lately on Twitter especially, and in the Discord forums. So I think this was a good ban. I'm looking forward to see how the format shapes up, and if I'm correct that I think Dromai is potentially the best deck now. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. I had this box sitting on my shelf for a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and crack it open with all the new changes from Aria. And pretty funny that we've got this Oakman Old that I think will be a lot more relevant now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. This is T from the Librarians of Solana podcast, signing off.